Hello. I would say keto fam. Yeah, I still might have some keto fans out there. I don't know. We'll see after this video. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Been a minute. So, yeah, got some diagnosis. I've been pretty caught up with all that right now, outside of the having the grandbaby and family things over the holidays. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy 2023. If you can hear her in the back, she's is what?
Yeah.
I see, honey. Alrighty. So, a couple of things. I was going through some blood tests and they pretty much diagnosed me. Not lupus. Rheumatoid arthritis, guys. Rheumatoid arthritis, which I never really knew that much about it. My grandmother, my mother's mother, had it. Something terrible. I do remember her hands being really wrecked by rheumatoid arthritis. However, I did not know it was an autoimmune disease. And I think I may have been suffering with this for a lot longer than I thought. I don't know if it was kind of in remission. It could be because of the way I've been eating for so long. Because it's the itis is inflammation of the joints. So because I ate the way I did, it's highly likely why I kept it at bay for so long. Because I kept all those inflammatory foods out of my diet. Coffee. I drink my coffee black. Have for years. Started drinking black coffee back in my Atkins days. It is now 11 o'clock. And you guys may notice I have a name change. My channel name is now called My Carnivore-ish Life. Which means that 6 days out of the week, I've been eating carnivore. And I'm going on week 3. I started week 3 yesterday. And one day out of the week, I do keto. And I've chosen that day, Monday. Also, I'm panning up some bacon to have it on the ready. So let me also discuss the skin condition. I think that was my biggest issue, if you will, my skin condition, because I mean, I don't want to down anybody who is addicted to drugs or anything like that. I mean, that's your issues that you have to deal with, or anybody that you know that may be dealing with that issue. This is in no way a bash at anybody who's going through that, so don't come for me on that. My biggest issue with my skin disease is when I would go out in public, and I like to wear t-shirts because it's, you know, it's flowy, feels good. I would be thinking in the back of my mind that when people see those who may be addicted to heroin or some kind of opiate, they usually are digging at their skin, breaking out real bad. And I always thought some people may think I may be on meth or some kind of opiate, and that's why I have the sores. And to be honest, I didn't like the thought that people may be thinking that. Again, not to bash anybody or anybody you may know who may be addicted to opiates. That's really not the gist of what I'm saying here. I was diagnosed with what is called prurigo nodularis. And immediately when the dermatologist saw me, she knew what it was. I mean, she didn't even have to do like a test or anything. So she gave me a steroidal cream to use. So so far, I mean, they're starting to go away, and I'm super happy about that. This arm here was the worst, so it's taken some time. And the rheumatologist has put me on Plaquenil, I think it is. And it's upsetting my stomach a bit. It says you have to take it with food. And here's my issue. I don't really eat until later on in the day, or some days not at all. So it's really hard for me to take this medication. So I have been kind of taking it on an empty stomach, because I'm not going to eat if I'm not hungry. And you know, they always say take your medicine with a, you know, a piece of toast or something. Got to wash my hands. So I'm just not going to. I would rather go with the upset stomach for a moment than force myself to eat to take this pill. So in the oven we go. Okay, couple of things. I have gone nearly full on carnivore, and a lot of it is beef. I guess kind of right down to beef, butter, bacon, and hardly any eggs, guys. And I'm testing a theory, because eggs can sometimes be inflammatory to some people, and I ate a lot of eggs. So I'm testing a theory to see if kind of cutting back on eggs, or go, I think all last week of the week before, I didn't have any eggs. I had some soft-boiled eggs last week, and I didn't have an adverse reaction to them. I don't want to cut them out altogether because I love eggs, and I don't want my body to get to the point where I can't eat them. So I'm not trying to do that. Also, I went off the rails last year, you guys, and I think throughout the whole summer, I would pop a thing here, pop a thing there, and then I found myself going or talking to myself about, it's okay, you can eat it, it's no big deal. That inner dialogue that we all have that says, it's not going to hurt. Go ahead, take a bite. It'll be okay. You can start over tomorrow. And I never went so far off the rails that I stopped keto in that sense. I just would eat, I would have a day here or a day there that I would just have whatever I wanted. And on the 9th of January, I weighed. And I hit 215.8 pounds. And a lot of feelings came flooding back that if you continue this cycle, you will end up right back where you were almost 8 years ago. That scared me. Scared me enough to where I had to buckle down and say, I have to do something, which I think is the reason why a lot of the pains and inflammations came back that caused me to seek help for the rheumatology appointment. The pain that I hadn't felt in a lot of years wrecked me. The fatigue was the worst. So I guess in hindsight, it was a good thing because now I've been diagnosed. But I still think if I had stayed the course, I probably never would have known. But here we are. Now I know. It makes sense. It can be hereditary. I know my mother's mother had it terrible. So as long as I can keep inflammatory foods out of my diet, almonds, maybe eggs, some vegetables that ketoers eat can be inflammatory. So I've been eating a lot of beef, a lot of bacon, pork, sometimes chicken. Chicken, after a while, stopped tasting good to me. It tasted funny. So I've kind of cut back on chicken. Fish, I eat a lot of shrimp and tuna. On my keto days, I don't go ham. I may have a low-carb tortilla, but my keto days mainly consist of sauces, certain spices, vegetables, if I'm up for eating them. I just really, which is strange because I don't really have a desire to eat vegetables anymore. It's strange. But I will say this. In 2 weeks of eating 95% carnivore, all of my fatigue has almost completely subsided. Sleep is better. Pain in the joints is almost completely gone. And I know it's not the Plaquenil because the rheumatologist told me that it can take up to 3 months before that even is, can be effective. So, I am eating a high-fat carnivore. I'm doing, some days I do a 80-20, some days I do a 70-30. I am logging everything. We went to Costco this past weekend and they had no regular Kerrygold, the salted. All they had was the unsalted. So I did get some of that for the butter bites, and I tried the ones I have, and I used the salted, and it was so salty. And I ate them, obviously. Sometimes I used them when I was cooking, like, or I'd put them on a hamburger or on a steak or something. I'd eat them that way. So salty. So I got the unsalted. I'm going to try them again with the unsalted. All they had was the Kirkland brand butter, which is very comparable to Kerrygold. So I haven't quite started using this yet. I still have some of the regular salted Kerrygold left, so I'm using what I have that. I likely will hold on to a couple of bars just in case. But that's it, guys. The name change is because I feel really good on carnivore. I just have never been able to stick to it for very long. The first week, I lost 1.8 pounds. I was at 214.0. Or 2. I lost 1.6 pounds. I was 214.2. This past week, I weighed, or yesterday I weighed, and I was 213.0. So I lost another 1.2 pounds. So I'm down 3 pounds in 2 weeks. And I haven't had the scale move like that for me in a very long time. So I'm hoping to keep that trajectory going. I do feel better. It's the higher fat, guys. And from what I understand, women who are in menopause years or are having hormone issues need to up the fat. That's what I hear. That's what they say. So I am going on the low carb cruise in June. It's paid for. It was a lot more expensive than I expected, but we had the money for it. I had been saving for months to pay for it, so that's paid for. I do know that there are some other YouTubers going, and I'm so excited to meet some of you guys there. I'm bringing the hubby, who is not low carb nor keto, so this will be interesting. He said he's going to spend his time in the casino, so we'll see how that goes. But, yeah, guys, I'm so sorry I took so long to come back. I needed the time to make sure that when I came back that what I was saying was working for me, because I don't want to put any information out there. I'm not a healthcare professional. I'm not a dietitian. I'm none of those. I am a nearly 8-year person, been on keto for nearly 8 years. So it's experiences. And right now, carnivore-ish, for now, is working for me. I may go full bore carnivore, but I don't want to set myself up for failure. So I'm giving myself that one day where I can eat keto and still move on. So that's it, guys. I hope you have a fantastic day. I am definitely going to start coming back in, likely on Tuesdays or even Mondays on weigh days. We'll see. But yeah, have a fantastic day, guys. Thanks have a fantastic day, guys. Have a great day, and I will see you hopefully next Monday. All right, guys, have a great day. Love you.